Hey guys, Laggimus Prime here again, and well, today I am showing off my Imperialdramon Purple Red deck, or Virus, whatever you want to call it. This deck definitely needs some fine tuning, but for right now I kind of have it in a nice little sweet spot. Going against higher tier meta decks definitely won't be too impactful. It won't be... I mean, it can definitely pop off whenever it gets to there, but if you're going against a deck that's a bit faster or makes a whole bunch of stuff get bounced to hand instead of deleted, it can definitely hurt, like Mirage Gal. But anyway, so here, let's get started. For my eggs, I run 4 of the Capurimons from BT14. There are a wide variety of decks that you can run, like maybe Demimera or anything like that. The possibility is pretty much almost endless in terms of eggs that you can run, but the reason why I run this one is because on deletion it gives like your higher stacks even more on deletion effects. So on deletion you can trash a card in your hand and delete one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon. This can help you out because it's like, alright, you deleted my guy, you got a level 3 there that can go for game, okay, then I'll just delete this to delete your level 3 for the game. Then maybe give you another turn, but it also puts stuff in your trash that you might need so you can play out your other stuff. It doesn't have to be a level 3, it just has to be one card in your hand. Anyway, now we're on to the level 3s. So Imperialdramon, this Imperialdramon deck runs a certain type of Vmon, Wormmon, and stuff like that. But these Vmons can Digivolve on top of a red or purple. It's from the EX3. On play, you can trash 1 card with Imperialdramon in its name, or free in its traits from your hand to draw 2. It's one way to get your stuff in trash, and another way to get stuff into your hand. Your turn while you have a purple Digimon in play, this Digimon gets plus 2 KDP. So it's a searcher, or not really a searcher, but a draw power, and it's able to get you your cards that you need. Well, pretty much, yeah. And nice DP boost. Now, on to our second level 3s. We're running 4 of the EX3 Wormmons. Same thing kind of as Vmon, purple and red can Digivolve. Except this one, I prefer this on play a little bit more than Vmon's. Because on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add a purple or red card with free in its traits, or 1 card with Imperialdramon in its name to your hand. Then you trash 1, and then place the rest at your bottom of the deck in any order. So this is definitely a much better way to guarantee what you need in your hand, because not only you get to add first and then you get to trash. Say you need this one level 4 in here and you need that level 5, you know. I feel it's a much better on play than Vmon, but Vmon can definitely come in handy. So on to the last level 3. This one I kind of think it actually works pretty well in the deck because of the brand new Shadramon that just came out. So I run 4 of the BT12 Wormmon, and you're probably thinking like, this is a purple-red deck. Why is there a green Wormmon in here? Well, the funny thing is that the Shadramon that just came out can Digivolve on top of a Wormmon for a 2 cost, so it doesn't need to be the purple one. This is another searcher that you can add into the deck to help you find the cards that you need. Now, it might not trash, but it is a nice level 3 to go into, because not only does it you search the top 3 cards and then you add Imperialdramon or free in trait, you can add a Ken, but I don't run Kens in here. This is pretty much just for the searching. But the reason why I kind of prefer this one is because it also has an end of turn DNA effect, which the new Shadramon does not have. So when you Digivolve into the Shadramon, you're not able to DNA. So say it's your only move that you can do. So you'll go into this, you'll play this Wormmon, Digivolve into the Shade, and then get something back from trash, and then you can end of turn DNA and continue on to your combos. Most of the time you'll be going into the other level 4s, but the Shade with this inheritable can definitely help. Now on to our level 4s. So we run the 4 Shadramon. So when Digivolving, you activate one of the effects below. You can Digivolve one of your other Digimon into a red level 4 Digimon card with free in its traits from your trash or its Digivolution cost. Or you may DNA Digivolve this and one of your other Digimon into a card from your hand for its DNA Digivolution cost. So, one, you can Digivolve one of your lower level 3s into a red level 4. Now you have to remember that it has to be a red, so you can't go from Shadramon into another Shadramon. It has to be Shadramon into Flamedramon or another Shadramon, which is why this comes in handy. Because if your only option, like you have two bodies on here, and your only option you have is a Wormmon and a Vmon, you go into this shade or the other level 4 on top of this one, or this one, doesn't matter, and then you Digivolve from trash the new Shadramon. So now you have an end of turn DNA, and then you also have another end of turn DNA. So it's definitely a way to ramp up the DNA if your only options are the other types of Shadramons. But speaking of the other, well, not other types of Shadramon, but here is our other level 4, the Flamedramon. Now this is the one I was talking about with Shadramon. So in order to pretty much Digivolve from trash, you have to have one or the other in the trash, which is kind of like it's kind of how the deck runs. You kind of want one of the other in the trash while you have the other in hand. So you got a line in your hand, and then you got a line in the trash. So Flamedramon is literally the exact same thing as Shadramon. It's just instead of a level 4 red, it is a level 4 purple that you Digivolve from trash. But here is the new card that just came out with BT14, the Shadramon promo. Gotta run 4 of these because it really helps the deck whenever you don't have too many other options in your hand. The only issue is that it is a 3 Digivolve cost on top of Vmon, but on top of a Wormmon, it is only 2. So when Digivolving, you can play a Vmon or Wormmon from your trash, suspended without paying the cost. And then it's on deletion is you can play a Vmon or Wormmon from your hand, suspended without paying the cost. So it is a nice level 4 to have in the deck that can definitely help it out. This deck definitely did need another level 4 in it because you got a good line right here. Sort of. It's before this card though. You wouldn't really. I don't think you would run this card very much, or any at all. But with this new Shadramon, you can kind of throw in a little bit of techie options to kind of help make sure that you get what you need in trash or have cards on the field that you need. Now on to our level 5s. We run 4 of Imperialdramon. So when Digivolving. Or well, pretty much when DNA Digivolving, you can play 1 Dino Vmon from your trash without paying its cost, and on deletion you can play 1 Vmon from your trash without paying its cost. And the inheritable is when this Digimon has Imperialdramon in its name, it gains security attack +1. So this is one of the main level 5s. Pretty much it's kind of like the same as the Flamedramon and Shadramon. You kind of need to have one or the other in the trash in order to really benefit from this deck, because this is pretty much how you just DNA Digivolve even when it's not your turn. So you go into Wormmon, you pass over to DNA, play out the Imperialdra, play out the Dino B, DNA again into your main level 6, and then you can just keep going. You just make a whole stack in a single turn whenever you get prepared or ready, even when it's not your turn. But speaking of Dino B, here is the other level 5. Well, yeah, Dino B. It is the exact same thing as this Imperialdramon. Pretty much when you DNA, you play a Imperialdramon from trash for free. On delete, you play a Wormmon instead. So they do have at least some synergy, kind of. Like if you can't go into your level 6 and your opponent outs these things by deleting them, you can play out the level 3s. So you at least have some sort of recovery there. Oh, I also forgot to mention that Wormmon. Also, if you have a red Digimon in play, this Digimon gains retaliation. So if an opponent has raid or wants to try to raid or hit into your guy, they're going to end up dying anyway because of retaliation. Unless they have some sort of protection effect, but hey, you never know. Anyway, on to the level 6s. Running 3 Imperialdramon Dragon modes. I know you're probably thinking, like, Why not run 4? Like 4 is the best, but I find that, well, the way I kind of have the deck made a little bit, there's some spicy tech in it, but I wouldn't say they have really come up very often. But if you ever have a chance to go into it, it could help out a lot. But yeah, so Imperialdramon Dragon mode is probably the best card in the deck. Fighter mode is definitely a good Evo on top of this. But I like this one because whenever you DNA Digivolve with this, your opponent chooses one of their Digimon and deletes the rest. So say they got a huge wide board, which is definitely going to help out in this format because there's a lot of decks that just go wide. So you DNA into this, wipe their board, it's set for 1, then you blitz. So even when it's not your turn, you go ahead and attack, and with the inheritables of Dino B and Imperialdramon, you get security attack, and you can attack their unsuspended Digimon. So if you just need to wipe the board clean, just go into Wormmon, or get the retaliation and just swing into it, even at his higher DP. But when attacking, he also gets plus 2k DP for the turn, and then you can Digivolve into a fighter mode from your hand. Now it is for the cost, so this deck can kind of have a little bit of a backfire to it. Like, if you end up passing your turn and then doing DNA Digivolving, you're just giving them a bit more memory each time, which is one of the unfortunate things about the deck because it doesn't reduce Evo costs at all, except for maybe Shadramon. So it kind of really hurts if you end up giving your opponent a lot of memory because all you're doing is end of turn DNAing or Digivolving. But speaking of fighter mode, we run 2, or at least I run 2 of the Imperialdramon fighter mode. So I only run 2 because I honestly I could bump it up to 3. The spicy options that I have in here, like I said, haven't come up very often. So this could be bumped up to 3 at least, and this bumped up to 4, which I might end up doing. Because like I said, the choices that I have in the deck were just random things to throw in there. They haven't actually ever come up before. But I think one of them has actually won me a game, which is weird. But anyway, so Imperialdramon Fighter Mode gains Piercing. So whenever you Digivolve into this and you swing into their unsuspended, you also gain Piercing. But when Digivolving, you can return 1 Imperialdramon Dragon Mode from this Digimon's Digivolution cards to the bottom of the deck. And you prevent your opponent's security effects from happening. So not only are you doing 2 checks, Piercing, no security effects activate, so no Tamers pop up, no options pop up, and that's it. Which would be great if you could continuously kind of do this, but unfortunately that's not an option. It's only a one-time thing, so... But I can see why, because if you could just keep stopping options from happening over and over again, it might be a little busted. But anyway, on deletion, you may play 1 Wormmon and 1 Vmon from your trash without paying their memory costs. So, swing into a big body. Retaliation. On delete, play both the Vmon and Wormmon back, and if you got the Shadramon, play another one, and then just combo again. I've had it happen before. If you saw the video in my fight against the Shine Vaccine, I swung into a security, hit a burst mode, deleted my guy, played the Worm and Vmon again, and then I reduced the Evo cost with a Wisdom Training, DNA'd into two other bodies, and then just swung for game. Because DNA ignores Summoning Sickness. So that's what I like about this deck, is that it just pops off. Anyway, so on to our spicy options that I run to the deck, which, like I said, I could take it out and just put in another fighter mode and another dragon mode. It's your choice. But I just wanted to run these mainly because they could be interesting if they work and help clear the board. So I run 1 of Belphamon's Sleep mode because sometimes you just get into your level 5s, but you don't have a level 6 to go into, or you have this. It can help. I mean, it can definitely come in handy because I think I did win at least 1 game with this thing, but so on play and when Digivolving, you can place 1 Belphamon Rage mode from your trash as this Digimon's top Digivolution card until the end of your opponent's turn. This Digimon can't attack and isn't affected by your opponent's effects, so it's a way to kind of get ready for your next turn in case you weren't able to get into a dragon mode or fighter mode. So, yeah. And then opponent's turn, once per turn, when opponent's Digimon attack by trashing 2 cards in your hand in the attack. So, like I said, it's another way to kind of... That's just a little spice, because usually you're trashing things anyway, so it's just like, why not just trash this? And, you know, also maybe get another little spicy level 6 out there. But speaking of that, yeah, we do run one Belphemon Rage mode, because they kind of synergize a little bit, you know. So starting your main phase, delete all your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. Then if you have 6 or fewer cards in hand, this Digimon gets plus 3k DP and security attack plus 1 for the turn. Then end of attack once per turn by deleting one of your other Digimon, unsuspend this Digimon. So, you know, like I said, the spice is there. It's mainly just to keep board control and swing for a lot. So it's just a little spice I added to the deck. But if I do plan to put those back, I'll probably change them out just for, you know, fighter mode and dragon mode. And I just added this in here. I probably should have had it in here to begin with because it could help out in games. It's just one Blitz Omni. You just go into Imperialdramon fighter mode and dragon mode or whatever and just swing for multiple security checks and then just Digivolve and Blitz for game. I don't know why I didn't have this in here to begin with, but I do now. Yeah, that's pretty much just all it's here for, is just Blitz for game. Now on to the options, or Tamers. I'm running 3 Analog Youth. I would probably bump this up to 4 to be perfectly honest with you, because this thing actually helps out the deck a lot. It's probably one of the best Tamers in the deck. I wish I had a 4th copy, or else I would run 4. But on play, you reveal top 3 cards, add a Digimon, trash the rest. That's great. That's pretty much what you want with this deck, is you just want to trash cards and get cards in your hand that are the right ones you need. But also, it really works well with the deck, because when one of your level 5 or higher Digimon with Digivolution cards is deleted, you can suspend him to gain a memory, and then hatch Digi-Egg. So, whenever they out fighter mode, or dragon mode, you just gain memory, and yeah. I know I've had, when in my game against Shine Vax, when I hit the burst mode, because he wasn't getting DP increased, I was at 1 memory, he dies, I gain 3 back, play my bodies, and then just go DNA and swing for game again. One of the best Tamers in the deck. So for the Belphemon Sleep Mode and Rage Mode, when I was first making the deck, I kind of was thinking, like, what are ways to get cards into my hand and into trash at the same time? So I started running these Akirio Kuratas, or Kurata, because at the end of your opponent's turn, you draw 1, trash 1. That's pretty much the only thing it was put in here for, but then I added the Belphemon Rage Mode and Sleep Mode kind of spice to maybe mix it up a little. Because once you do that, you can place this underneath one of your Belphemons to delete one of your opponent's level 6. So, like I said, it is a spice that you can run in the deck, and maybe it'll work for you. But if anything, I could probably replace, like if I wanted to, you can replace these back with Fighter Mode and Dragon Mode, and then replace these with another Analog Youth and the Security Plus ties, that when you have more than 4 sources, you to gain Security Plus, which can help, and then you can just Omni for game. So that's another way you can do it. That's what I see myself doing, is probably taking out the Spice cards and putting in Security Tie. Now on to this last Tamer that I run. I run one of Matt. It's a memory setter. Memory setters really help out. So on play, you return purple card, Digimon card, or purple option to your hand. It's a pretty simple Tamer. You know, it's not going to be doing too much other than just gaining you the memory. And maybe in something from your trash, but yeah. Anyway, now on to the options. Run 2 Wisdom Trainings. So, this card is a bit hit or miss, but I wanted to add some of the new BT14 trainings because, well, there's a lot of stuff in here that really has a lot of high Evo costs, and reducing it down by just a little bit can help. But the reason why I want to run Wisdom Training is because I honestly felt that there was a bit more purple cards than there were red cards. So this can help you out in Digivolving, but just make sure to remember that you can only Digivolve with Wisdom Training into a Shadramon. Can't use it with Flamedramon. I made the mistake once, but that won't happen again. And then for our last option, I run one Gift of Darkness because you're running the spice, so why not run the option, eh? So on play or main, you delete one of your opponent's level 6 or higher Digimon. Then one of your Digimon might Digivolve into sleep mode from your trash without paying the cost. So there's your way to get out the sleep mode from your trash. But then in security, you can trash one Digimon card in your hand to delete one of your opponent's Digimon whose level is less than or equal to the trashed card. So if it's in your security, hey, you know what? You got another way to put something in trash, and you can delete something on their board. But anyway, this is my Imperialdramon purple-red deck list. Like I said, it could use some changes. If anything, I could see myself replacing these and the Spice cards for security plus tie and just more of the level 6s. And definitely another Analog Youth. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you plan to play the deck and you want to try it out, especially with the new hype coming up, I know that this card went up in price. It's like $15, $16, maybe $18 now, just because of all the hype. But I really have been wanting to try this deck out for a while, and I'm glad that I could finally make the deck. But if you plan to play it, make any changes, let me know in the comments. I'll be glad to hear it. And well, hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you later.
Baby!